But we were out last night, and I only bring up that because all of a sudden my BlackBerry goes off, and there's a picture of Anthony and Jill, also known as Antholini, enjoying a fine piece of cake, was it?
Yeah, I believe it was an apple, it's like the apple crisp.
The apple crisp.
Oh, it's very good there at F.H. Riley's.
And, yeah, he went to F.H. Riley's, my bro's restaurant out there in Huntington. And Keith writes, is this picture up on onaradio.com yet?
Holy crap.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Jim's just trying to be respectful.
The girl on Fox, I mean, she was doing her job.
We're not allowed to comment on Jill anymore.
Well, I'm saying holy crap to the weather conditions, not that shirt she has on. Holy mackerel.
Ant's the only one that looks up at the TV at this point. We all awkwardly look down and make believe she's not on TV.
Oh, you.
That's what it's come down to. But Keith sends this picture of Anthony and Jill at F.H. Riley's feeding each other like they just got married.
What? It was us just hanging out, having fun on our 2-week anniversary.
Well, that's what Keith wrote. He goes, picture of Anthony.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Did you write what Keith wrote? Yeah, okay. Keith writes, picture of Ann and Jill enjoying their two-week anniversary cake at F.H. Riley's.
They're on a tour of whimsy.
A 2-week
tour of whimsy.
You guys are going to, one Monday, we're going to start the radio show, and you're going to go, we went to Vegas and got married. We figured it was about time. We've been going out a month.
Yeah.
That we needed to get married.
You know, you have to wait a while.
Right.
Feel each other out, see if you're compatible. And a month?
Yeah.
That seems long enough. How do you not know somebody in a month?
Did you, what time did you leave last night? I asked because there's a reason I'm asking.
Leave FH?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wasn't that late? 9-something?
Okay. Because I was on the phone with Eric Logan, our boss at XM, and this picture comes in. I start laughing. I go, dude, I just got a picture of Antholini, feeding each other cake. He goes, what's the number of F.H. Riley's? He was going to send you a bottle of Dom. He was going to send you a bottle of Dom to celebrate your 2-week anniversary. And I go, if they're eating the cake, I don't think they're there anymore, but you could try. So I'm not sure if you ever got the message. And Eric's not one of these guys that just talks a good game. Trust me.
Oh, I know. He'd have made it happen.
That Dom would have been on that table if he knew you were still there. So
no, we were actually being responsible. We knew we had to get home and get to sleep.
So what? You only shared 3 bottles of wine instead of 5 or 6?
Yeah. We can only have. Did you talk to ELO about Nashville? Is he going down there?
That's why he basically told. You want me to tell you what he said?
What?
He goes, Anthony's obviously whipped because he doesn't like country. What is he doing going down to the country music festival in Nashville, Tennessee?
Does anybody remember a little story called Dreamweaver? What do you think I was doing back then? I grew up, my roots were based in country music and horseback riding and wearing Western gear. That's how I grew up. I was a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride, I'm wanted, dead or alive.
The closest I get to country is the Allman Brothers, Johnny Cash, and and then I would go Eagles. That's the closest I come to country music.
Skinner kind of.
Little Skinner.
See, Southern rock, though, is very different than country.
I understand that.
And especially when I came back from California, Southern rock was huge here in New York.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys in high school and stuff were listening to Charlie Daniels, Marshall Tucker, the Outlaws, all that. Mm-hmm. But that was Southern rock. Mm-hmm. I was listening to country, which was, now I guess it would be considered classic country. But that's what I was listening to, and people made fun of me. I wore my cowboy boots to school, and people would be like, "What the hell is that?" But I grew up in that environment, so it's not that alien to me.
I don't know. We've been doing radio for 14 years. We've never done a country music break in our lives.
We had a great interview with Travis Tritt.
Yeah, we talked about air conditioning.
Travis Tritt was a tin knocker.
Yeah, that's what we talked about because we didn't know what song he sang.
Well, there's always time to learn new things.
All right, name me one Travis Tritt song.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Name me one country song.
That song about the guy with the thing, and it was very painful. Christmas shoes.
How about name me 5 country artists?
Ah.
And don't go with Alabama.
All right.
You old
Alabama.
fart. I want 5 newer country artists. Go.
Okay.
Don't look down
Travis
at Pal Talk.
Tritt.
Okay, that's one.
Well, that got me out. That was like that's like this free square in bingo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm making my point. You're going because Jill loves
Charlotte
country.
Church.
She doesn't do country.
Oh, yeah, she does that other opera stuff. Let me think.
Close, though.
No. Who's the one that won American Idol?
Oh, my God.
Carrie Underwood.
Okay.
She's a crossover artist, but still considered country.
More country than anything.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks.
Of course, Garth Brooks. I was just going to say Garth Brooks. Then the Broad.
See.
What's her name?
Twitty.
What are you doing?
Conway Twitty. You are going way back.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
You're going.
We are going to go to Nashville.
Right.
And watch the Nashville bar scenes. Right. We're going to hang out and drink in Nashville.
Right. Oh, here's a text from ELO.
Oh.
OM Cell. What is he doing?
What is that?
This is our boss at XM. He just writes OM Cell. What am I supposed to sell a stock? What is this?
OM.
Put some puts on OM, whatever that is. This is a secret message.
What is he saying?
Why am I sounding like? What is OM Cell?
CEL or SELL?
Yes, SELL.
Yeah, but it's ELO, so I just figured he spelled cell wrong.
Oh, he's
How do you
drunk.
spell it?
On my cell, so what? He wants us to call him?
Oh.
Is that it?
Why wouldn't he just write on my? He left off 2 letters to save time.
He's a
the
busy
N and the
man.
Y? How busy are you, Eric?
He's so busy.
He's
Gonna tip that glass back up to his mouth.
all right. Well,
Taste that whiskey.
let me see if I could get. Oh wait, he wrote me again here. Hold on a second. Yeah, because he was like, why? He obviously has no. He doesn't like country music. On my cell. All right, so he wants us to call us. Do you know how to get a hold of him? You do. Okay.
Sure.
We'll get Eric Logan on the line because Eric Logan is on the board of directors of all of Nashville.
Yeah.
A little known fact about our boss over at XM, he's a huge country music fan.
Yes, he is.
He was one of the premier country music PDs in the country before he moved way up in the radio world, and he will be down there.
Got to hook up and maybe tip a couple back. Is he drinking these days at all?
No, so that means...
God damn it.
So that means you're not going to be hooking up with Eric Logan.
You get a temperance lecture from Eric.
Gonna have the Gonna have the unfun ELO.
Yeah. Eric Logan is on the phone here. ELO.
I have to tell you, for the first time in my 4-year career actually working day-to-day with this show, I'm officially scared.
Why?
What's the matter, ELO?
What's the matter? I have what many people in the industry would call a fairly substantial or fairly good reputation in the great fine city of Nashville, Tennessee. Mayor Purcell is a fascinating individual, and what's going to happen here, and let me just tell you what's going to happen here. 15 years of going to Music Fest and Fanfare, this is what happens. It starts very innocently on Broadway at a bar called Tootsie's. And by the way, for the record, Anthony, Conway Twitty's dead. Garth Brooks is retired.
I told him that.
All those names.
I know.
Okay.
How about Rascal Flatts or Kenny Chesney?
No, see, now
George Strait, Toby Keith.
Now he's reading
I know.
it. Now he's reading
Tim
it.
McGraw.
Now you've had a chance to have a test to give you a bunch of names from Pal Talk.
Brad Paisley. I know these people.
Hey, by the way, turn your computer screens off and quick name one person in Rascal Flatts or where Brad Paisley's from.
Where is Brad Paisley from? There, Anthony?
From West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Who's he married to?
Oh, he's married to, obviously, that, what's her name? God, it slips my mind for a second.
That blonde, right?
It's the girl.
Yeah.
Very pretty girl.
So this is how it's going to start, Opie and Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's going to start at Tootsie's, okay, which is a very famous bar behind the Grand Ole Opry. He'll be drinking the coldest beer in town. And then there's a bar crawl that goes about 5 bars. He'll make it about halfway down. He'll get a little tipsy. He'll get a little loud because there's a lot of singing, okay? Every place has a microphone. I got probably 3 to 4 hours into the night before Anthony's on stage singing with a variety of hillbillies.
Variety?
Can you film your time in Nashville for the website?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're going to be singing with hillbillies,
and then it's going to be, hey, you New York, Jersey guys, shut the F up because they don't take kindly to the accent.
Yeah.
That's going to lead into some sort of police altercation.
Oh, okay.
Which will be, who do you work for? Which will be, well, I work for XM, and then somehow, some way, my phone will ring by Saturday morning.
ELO knows that too well.
No, something tells me this is exactly what happened to ELO at some point in his life.
I can't comment on that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a 20-year statute of limitations in the city.
Now, ELO, I hear you're not tipping him back as much.
I've stopped the drinking. I've drank enough in 15 years of my life that
Wow.
I can't drink again.
And won't that be a little tempting, though, being down in Nashville? I know a lot of parties go on.
Well, it could and it couldn't.
What, are you going to drink O'Doul's?
No, I just drink water and pee a lot. So here's the question that I want to know from you, Ant. I mean, at what point do you guys just like check? When do you get there? Is the first question. I assume you're getting there Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, and just so I know, because I don't know if the calls come into the office yet. So do you and Jill have like tickets done? I mean, is it state?
Oh, yeah. This is everything's taken care of.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good,
yeah.
'cause I was going to make a phone call and make sure you had like really good God passes to get everywhere, but I can cancel that request.
Oh, well, no, that anything you can do there, Mr. Logan, would be greatly appreciated, of course.
And the last question I have is there any truth to the rumor that Jill will be wearing that same fishnet top she was wearing in the photo last night?
Oh, last night.
Oh, right. Wasn't that a nice top?
This is what I can tell you. Many people mortgage their trailers and homes to get to Music Fest every year, okay? And if you are going to parade that up and down Broadway, I highly recommend you change the articles of clothing and have additional security.
Yeah, I might have to just temporarily just buy a gun.
Well, that will be. There'll be plenty of guns in Nashville. Don't worry about that. It is a concealed weapons state.
Great.
Unbelievable.
Keep that in mind. And then, at what point will you buy a hat? Are you going to actually buy a hat?
Well, I have to fit in, so I think I'm going to need a hat. I think I'm going to need some boots, a big old belt buckle.
Spurs.
Well, not Spurs. I think I'm going to need Spurs.
I just go with the Spurs.
Looks silly.
Not really.
And a Western shirt, of course.
Well, if you would like, we are broadcasting live on XM all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh.
I can have John Anthony, who's our program director of the Country Channel, have you by, and we can do one of those really fancy cross plugs for the O&A show.
Well, that would be something. I could talk about some of my experiences down in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to happen. Who are you kidding?
And hey, Opie,
Actually, do extra work for the show? What? Hell's going to freeze over too. You actually think Ant's going to do some extra lifting for the Opie and Anthony show while he's down there in Nashville with his hot girlfriend?
This is what I thought. I hoped won't happen.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because
John Anthony, who's a big guy, would call and say, "Hey, we'll have." He'll be very excited because it's the biggest show on the network, and one of the guys is coming to town, and he'll want to take you all around and show you off, and then what's going to happen is John's in the lobby of your hotel, and he'll look at his watch and be pacing, and Cam won't show up, and you'll be like, "Well, Anthony's going to be here," and you won't show up, and then you'll call and "Hey, man, sorry, got a little crazy."
I don't like how ELO kind of knows me a little too much after
he's had
all these years.
He's had 4 years to get to know you. He's spot on. All right, ELO, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And Anthony, call me later, and I will line up things for you to blow off and cancel your trip in Nashville.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, ELO, what's the over/under? Anthony getting married by the end of the year?
Over/under by the end of the year? Oh, no, I'll take by the end of the calendar year, summer of this year.
Yeah, that marriage thing that he said he would never do again. You watch what happens.
Of course.
You watch what happens now.
I think here's what I believe. Here's the over/under. I actually think Anthony potentially could get married before our merger happens.
Well, Jesus, we'll be on Mars bases. living on other planets by the time that happens. Come on. Push this thing through.
I think he gets married before I do. And I'm not that.
Wait a minute.
And I'm not that far away at this point, so.
And by the way, Opie, if you think he's going to get close, you can always move your wedding off 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.